Hey, we're starting today's program with words I very rarely say into this microphone, but I'm going to say it because it's true. The NHL has figured it out. They have cracked the code. Saturday night, my phone starts buzzing like crazy. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, that's right, the NBA slam dunk, three-point stuff, and all that stuff's going down. And nope, my phone is going crazy because Team USA and Team Canada in the Four Nations face-off is beating the crap out of each other. And, you know, I mean, all we ask for as sports fans when players play is that they care as much as we do. That's what we're looking for. At the very basic level, we care so much. And if your caring matches our sensibility of caring, you have us at hello.
It rarely does, though.
And these guys in the Four Nations face-off, again, for those who might be wondering, if at all, somehow, some way, what I'm talking about, the NHL decided, instead of having an all-star festivities, similar to what we've seen in the past and what every other league is attempting to do with its all-star game in the 21st century, they said, let's just have a 4-team tournament and go nationalistic and have 4 nations of players in the NHL spend the all-star break working, quite frankly, and let's split them up in nations: Finland, Sweden, Canada, the United States. And for, you know, a little nostalgia, USA versus Finland. This very upcoming weekend is the 45th anniversary of the gold medal game in Lake Placid, New York. Al Michaels will be in studio on Friday for a full hour to celebrate the 45th anniversary of one of the greatest sports moments ever for all of us here in the United States. And then let's have Team USA and Canada play each other. And who knew that the words face-off in the Four Nations face-off was them ripping each other's faces off. And Mike Hoskins, Rich Eisen Show coordinating producer, who is the most diehard hockey fan I think we all know, correct?
Well, there's Jason.
No, all due respect to you, Felly, and also John Monaco, who's our director, who refused to even take a picture with the Stanley Cup here for fear that it would jinx his New York Rangers. And but Mike Hoskins is the one who, as we were getting ready to fly off to New Orleans, right? Or is it New Orleans? I can't keep track of, thankfully, of all of our excursions. But I think it was New Orleans. He's watching Buffalo Sabres hockey on his phone, right. I believe.
Yeah.
As we're all at the airport.
Okay.
Yeah. He's watching Sabres hockey on his phone. Sabres Blue Jackets hockey. Can't miss that. Got to keep up to speed in the palm of your hand with that. You know? And he's texting us. There have been 2 fights in the first 3 seconds of Team USA versus Canada. And then update, 3 fights in the first 9 seconds. Now, listen, we're not looking for, we're not bloodlusty here, right? We're not bloodthirsty.
Well, speak for yourself.
But you just want to see that it matters. That it matters, that it's personal, that it means a lot to you. Certainly if it's a friendly or an exhibition, why should we watch if you don't care? Or in certain cases, in certain leagues or association, you don't play. Why should we care? And then the hockey that ensued was must-see television. Your guy, Charlie McAvoy.
Dude, love that
Charlie
kid.
McAvoy is hospitalized right now in Massachusetts General. He lit up Connor McDavid. Has Connor McDavid been hit that hard in an NHL contest?
I've never seen him get hit that hard. That was amazing. That set the tone even more than the fights.
Dude, he's hospital. He might not play in the. Are we calling it a gold medal game, a championship game? Thursday night.
The Bruins tweeted out earlier.
He's out, right?
He's out. Yeah,
which is unfortunate because TD Godden is the spot on Thursday night when USA versus Canada is going to play in this finale. Kudos to you, National Hockey League. And by the way, everything I'm hearing about, if you don't mind me saying, in the industry, ESPN, ABC, they're loving it. The partners are loving it.
Yeah, I bet.
The NHL is loving it. And kudos to the players for caring. And also, it spans the entire All-Star break week. A tournament. Awesome. I will be watching Thursday night. I know what I'm doing Thursday night.
By the way, I like the way you slipped Godden in there.
I tried. Susie hates it when I do the Boston accent because it's not good. I fully admit it. Susie hates it.
It was good.
Brockman rolls his eyes at me.
You're doing JFK.
I
on
know
The
it's
Simpsons
terrible.
era.
It's terrible. It's not good.
Look, I'm trying to give you props on this.
But I think this is a genius idea, and everyone else in professional North American sports should take note, especially since we are talking today about the Four Nations face-off, where the nations' players are taking each other's faces off.
Nick Cage style.
And then the NBA All-Star Game is let's split up the teams. Let's figure out how these players can actually compete with each other. Let's just have mini tournaments on a Sunday. Name the teams after TNT on-air personalities, and have Draymond Green, when asked on a scale of 1 to 10 what he thinks of the new format, he says 0 and says it sucks.
Yikes.
That's what Draymond Green says. Yeah. This new format sucks. And this does not give me any pleasure at all. I love the NBA. The NBA, I grew up loving it. I still love it. The NBA has been very good to my family. Adam Silver has been nothing but awesome to Susie in her time working at NBA TV and TNT. And he is just a great human who runs an incredible league, an association. And kudos to them for getting $70 billion out of our industry for their new rights. And I look forward to the future. But this ain't it. This ain't it at all. LeBron, who has been a paragon of excellence this year at age 40, and answering the bell in a way that 22-year-olds don't answer during the regular season, he doesn't play on Sunday and says, he needs to make sure he's as healthy for the second half of the season as possible, which is totally understandable.
He's 40.
I get it, right? But can we get a heads up? Like, does he not know that he's going to want to make sure that he's healthy for the second half of the season so somebody else can take the spot? Somebody else for whom an all-star appearance would be life-altering? And then, I don't want to see LeBron in street clothes. Nobody does, obviously. Nor does he want to be in street clothes. He doesn't want to sit around and watch this stuff in a format that, quote-unquote, sucks. Coming off of, listen, Mac McClung is a revelation. He is unbelievable. I don't know how he defies gravity, okay? And he, for a third straight year, wins the NBA slam dunk competition.
How could you not be entertained by that dunk contest?
I am entertained by it.
I don't mean you. I'm just like, everyone's crapping on this whole weekend, but there was some cool stuff. Like, this dunk contest was pretty good.
I don't want to see Mac McClung do it. I want to see NBA All-Stars do it. I don't want to see the Osceola Magic star do it. I want to see someone from the Orlando Magic do it.
I get that. Can I interrupt real quick? But
sure.
I think we're at the point now, Chris, where the dunk contest now, the in-game dunks that they used to do, those aren't cut it. You need to be jumping over cars.
I'm not saying
but you can't have John Morant do that. Like, that just, it's not smart.
Then don't include a car. Then don't do a car. Don't do a car. Let me see an NBA All-Star do some form of a dunk. Don't include a car. Don't include, because now, what are we going to start doing? Put some 2 cars, 3 cars? Like, what are we going to do? Now a massive truck, whatever the official truck of the NBA is. Does Kia make an SUV? I mean, like, honest, whatever. But I don't want to see, a guy who's, once he's done, might light up the South Bay Lakers next. I'm sorry. That's what I'm sitting here thinking about.
Don't apologize.
And I'm thinking to myself, too, like, none of the NBA players, listen, I love seeing the NBA players react. Sure. They're like, oh, my goodness. But that's me as a fan. I don't want to see Giannis as a fan react. I want to see Giannis dunk as a fan, with all due respect. I know it's not my body.
Guy, though.
But, well, guess what? here's the crazy thing, is I just was sitting there, I swear to you, I'm sitting there watching these highlights, and I'm thinking to myself, is there nobody in the NBA who's like, why are we seeding some of the most hallowed exhibition ground to a G leaguer, to a guy who is incredible at the dunking and the gravity defying, but when it comes to the sport of basketball, he cannot make our league at the end of the day. And why, as an NBA All-Star, am I ceding this ground to him? Is there anybody with a sense of pride in that respect? And sure enough, it is John Morant, who tweeted out, Mac might make me decide to dunk. And I'm like, Eureka. Eureka. Okay? I believe I can fly. The Michael Jordan brand logo is him dunking in the NBA Slam Dunk Contest, one of the most iconic brand logos in the history of iconic brand logos, is him dunking. Do you want to have something similar, NBA gravity-defying all-star? And John Morant says yes, and Giannis responds, basically, if you do it, I'll do it with you 100%. But guess what? He said his kids tweeted that out by hacking his phone. Roll it.
I tweeted, well, I got hacked last night. That wasn't me. That was my kids tweeting. That wasn't me. They woke up in the middle of the night. They came next to the nightstand, took my phone out of my charger, went to their room, tweeted, and I found out this morning. You know?
That's so lame.
You know what? It's just a bummer.
It's
a
so
bummer.
lame.
It's a bummer because I literally thought, trust me, I could see your reaction right now. I could see your reaction right. No. What your reaction right now is that I'm being, to use the SNL 50 phrase, Debbie Downer. You know what I mean? You got to turn your microphone on.
I couldn't hear on my ear.
Okay.
No, I'm not necessarily thinking that, because I read a lot of people online who obviously didn't like any of this, and maybe I'm just looking for something positive, and I feel like I was entertained a little bit by that.
I was entertained too by Mac McClung, and it's great. But now, I remember when I was, again, I know this may be antiquated. When I was a kid, when Kenny Skywalker won the Slam Dunk Contest,
it was 89,
I
right?
was so damn prideful as a Knick fan. And then watching him play after that was exciting. And the rest of sort of casual fans were like, I got to see Kenny Skywalker sky. Can he do this in a game?
Yeah.
And the NBA is just like, and players are just like, sure, go ahead, Mac. I don't want to do this. I can't get hurt. I can't play. I can't play fully for the rest of the season. I got to make sure I'm rested on back-to-backs. I don't care enough is the general message. So why should I care? That's the point. And on the same weekend, when NHL stars are literally putting others in the hospital over an exhibition matchup, it is two polar opposites. I'm not saying I want to see an NBA player in a hospital.
Yeah, that's where my next question was.
I'm saying to you,
you want that Kevin McHale clothesline?
No, of course not. And you know that.
I know.
I needed to basically say, I want to see it matters. Yeah, sure, I'm getting off the couch watching Mac McClung, but I don't want to see Giannis go, oh my goodness, that's unbelievable, from my front row seat where I'm in my street clothes. I don't want to see it anymore. Been there, done it. Let's get some NBA players out there and just maybe they just sit there and go, I don't need some G Leaguer coming in here on my All-Star weekend. I'm going to actually use this as an opportunity and start my own damn brand.
True.
Am I wrong?
Not with that.
Okay.
Not with that look. I see what you're saying.
I have nothing but love for the association. They have been great to my family. They've been great to me as a sports fan.
It's been a really tough year for them. They're taking a lot of L's.
Except for the $76 billion contracts that they've made with their new partners.
Fans don't care about that.
I understand that. I get it.
Not one bit.
I get it. But this is like one of the greatest Kaiser Soze tricks. Hey, pay us $76 billion, and we can't still guarantee that one of the greatest star on the planet is going to play in the All-Star game.
Or that people will watch.
I hope that's not the case. I want the association to thrive. Thrive.
You know, Chuck had a good response to Draymond when he said it sucked. He goes, well, your generation is kind of the one that ruined this for everybody.
Bingo.
He's right.
That's what you've been saying.
Because
Charles, when his generation,
that's when we loved
this
the
was
All-Star
not happening.
game.
And Kobe was on the back end of that, waving Karl Malone off the blocks in Madison Square Garden saying, I want this. Let's get some of that in here.
For sure.
And part of that might start from wanting to be in the slam dunk contest. Then just don't include a car where you can turn an ankle.
Yeah, like you can't have
Don't
that.
do that. No, I understand that, but I don't need to see a car.
Well, they're the official.
I'm
car.
sorry,
Yeah,
my
you
bad.
know.
With all due respect to Keith.
Also, we saw that before. Blake Griffin already did it.
Okay.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.